understand? My music right now, the platforms got it in a way where when you look at my when you look at the homepage of these platforms, you can't even find my music. You can't find it nowhere. It's as if I never even dropped nothing. So in order for people to actually have my music chart anywhere, they got to go search for it and individually look for my name and all kind of stuff like that. And it's crazy because they brought it to #1. But I just asked, like, at some point, when does this not seem to be unfair to y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like y'all are treating me as somebody that y'all think I am and not treating me as the person that I actually am. And that's not fair. Y'all don't know my life. Y'all know my music. My music is on the top of charts, which means there's a demand for my music. If there's a demand for my music, it's y'all job to curate that music to the people there's a demand from. That's all I ask, is treat me fair.
All right, buckle up because the Tory Lanez drama just keeps getting messier and more intense. Let's break down the latest rumors and wild twists swirling around this whole situation, and trust me, this tea is piping hot. It all started when Nicki Minaj threw some serious shade, basically implying that Jay-Z and his powerhouse management company Roc Nation have been flexing their influence to silence artists who refuse to sign with them. And this isn't just industry gossip anymore. Things allegedly took a very dark turn recently. Tory Lanez, who's been locked up serving a 10-year sentence, was reportedly stabbed 14 times in jail. Yes, 14 times. And now he's fighting for his life in the hospital. People in the know are whispering that this attack was no random prison violence. There's speculation that Roc Nation might have ordered it as a brutal warning or punishment. The timing of all this is wild too because it's happening right as Diddy's highly publicized trial is underway. Here's where it gets even more tangled. Tory's father, Sunstar Peterson, recently went on the record saying Tory had insider info linking Jay-Z to Diddy's affairs and that Tory was threatening to spill the tea if Jay-Z didn't help him get out of jail. After this bold claim, Tory was slammed back behind bars and now seriously injured. It's like a dangerous game of power and payback unfolding in real time. If you remember the shooting incident involving Megan Thee Stallion, this adds yet another layer. Tory and Megan were leaving a party at Kylie Jenner's place when things exploded between them.
Including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men.
What's going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the f***ing industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this? I just cracked this whole crack. It's over. I cracked the whole It's over.
Man screaming, he said dance, and he started, and then I'm just like, oh my God. Like he a couple of times. I don't want them to kill any of us or shoot any of us. So I just said, I stepped on glass.
Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and stop lying.
Tory was allegedly flirting with Kylie, which sent Megan into a rage. She told the driver to pull over, and as she stepped out, Tory supposedly pulled out a gun and shot her twice in the foot. Footage shows Megan bleeding and holding her hands up, walking out of the car as a neighbor quickly called the cops. Despite this, Megan initially tried to protect Tory, but he reportedly kept talking reckless and even tried to benefit from the controversy, which led her to finally call him out on Instagram in a furious rant. The legal drama got even stickier because some people believed that Tory's friend Kelsey might have been the one who actually fired the shots, not Tory. Megan was very clear on social media that Tory was the shooter, but a key witness who claimed to see everything wasn't allowed to testify. This witness later said that Kelsey was holding the gun when it went off, and many think that if this testimony had been heard in court, it could have swung the case in Tory's favor. But because the witness was deemed unreliable, the court didn't consider his account. To add more fire to the mix, Sunstar Peterson, Tory's dad, went full beast mode outside the courthouse when Tory was sentenced. He unleashed an explosive rant against Jay-Z, accusing him of destroying young men's careers for his own gain. Sunstar claimed Jay-Z sells the souls of artists to build his empire and then plays the role of the community's savior, which Sunstar insists is a total facade. According to him, Jay-Z's management company signs young talent only to exploit them and then crush those who don't comply. Now, the million-dollar question, why is Jay-Z allegedly putting so much effort into tearing Tory down?
Wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Tar and Alex Bart.
They met on Saturday before. They met
They
on Saturday.
met for our witness. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator, who acted so dumb, an intelligent woman who did not want. Listen, I see so much evidence buried in this.
The T suggests Tory refused to sign with Roc Nation, which apparently didn't sit well with Jay-Z and his team. The power plays, the threats, and the alleged violent retaliation all seem to be tied to Tory's refusal to get locked into their system. Behind the glitz and glam of the music industry, things have reportedly been boiling over for quite some time, especially between Tory Lanez and Jay-Z. Sources say that ever since Tory refused to sign with Jay-Z's Roc Nation, tensions have been steadily escalating. At first, Jay-Z apparently didn't want to involve Megan Thee Stallion in the feud. However, after the infamous shooting incident involving Tory and Megan, Jay-Z saw an opportunity and convinced Megan to officially sign with Roc Nation. From that moment on, industry insiders say the label threw its full weight behind shutting Tory Lanez down. Before Tory's legal battle even began, there was a covert campaign underway to tarnish his reputation and derail his career. His music was mysteriously pulled from all the major streaming platforms without explanation, and he was cut off from getting any serious playlist placements, a death sentence for any artist these days. This kind of industry-wide blackballing raised eyebrows, with many whispering that Roc Nation was behind the scenes pulling the strings. But that's not all. The drama took an even darker turn with a messy and very public legal battle involving Tory's father and Megan.
This might come as a shock to many of you. But guess what? Both my son, myself, and others of our family have long decided that we are not going to hold any animosity against Megan Pete, aka Megan Thee Stallion. We forgave that girl long time ago, because again, we know that the principle of forgiveness is important in order to cleanse one's heart, to cleanse one's soul, and to not be, bound up with hatred and hatred, trust me, resentment, bitterness, those things can actually cause diseases of the bones. It has been proven. And let me stop right here and say this, and it can cause sickness in your body because you're holding on to something that is negative against the real life force in your life.
Rumors started flying that Tory's family was shelling out thousands of dollars to a blogger named Miller Grams, who was paid to post fake and damaging stories about Megan Thee Stallion online. Megan herself came forward with receipts, revealing that Miller had allegedly received up to $3,000 from Tory's father between 2020 and 2022. Though Tory's dad never publicly addressed these claims, he did make a surprising video statement forgiving Megan. In it, he called Megan a pawn used by Roc Nation to orchestrate Tory's downfall and said he and his family held no grudges despite everything Megan did to ruin his son's life. Sadly, the peace offering didn't stop the chaos. Recently, Tory was rushed to the hospital after being brutally stabbed by a fellow inmate while on a prison work detail. Official reports from law enforcement state the motive behind the attack is unknown and that Tory's injuries were not life-threatening. But insiders paint a much grimmer picture. Tory was stabbed a staggering 14 times, including 7 wounds in his back, 4 to the torso, 2 to the back of the head, and 1 on the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he had to be placed on a ventilator to breathe.
Bought 5, some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought. It was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand. One of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000. 60,000, yo, my nigga, and these are sold. They're sold. Go look at the list right now and see how small the sellers list is getting. Y'all don't understand what the is going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this? I just cracked this whole crack. It's over. I cracked the whole It's over. It's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, your label, the nigga that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this, that. It's over. Y'all gonna get paid, and your fans gonna get paid, and they gonna keep coming to you. Why? Because y'all making money together. This the
digital trap house. Welcome.
Fortunately, Tory is now reportedly breathing on his own, alert, and in relatively good spirits, expressing gratitude for the prayers and support he's been receiving. Even though no official proof ties Jay-Z or Roc Nation to the attack, gossip on the street says otherwise. Many believe this stabbing was a deliberate message, an ominous warning from Jay-Z's camp to keep Tory quiet. The timing is suspicious too. Tory had recently written letters from jail exposing Jay-Z, accusing him of dark affiliations, possibly even satanic connections, and accusing him of using his influence to manipulate and control the industry. This revelation came right as Megan Thee Stallion signed to Roc Nation, making people wonder if this was all part of a bigger scheme to silence Tory. Adding more fuel to the fire is the story of rapper Prodigy, who also went to jail after exposing Jay-Z and revealing disturbing truths about his alleged use of symbolism and secret agendas. Prodigy's letters from prison only deepen the mystery and suspicion surrounding Jay-Z's true intentions behind the scenes. Fans have also uncovered letters Tory wrote while incarcerated, where he reveals that Jay-Z once offered him millions to sign with Roc Nation. Tory reportedly declined, wary of the industry's exploitative nature, especially how major labels profit off black culture while suppressing independent voices. After turning down the deal, Tory claims that Roc Nation actively worked to sabotage his career and reputation to silence him.
Including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and tortured the souls of young men.
What's going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the fucking industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this? I just cracked this whole crack. It's over. I cracked the whole It's over.
This man screaming, he said, dance, and he starts, and then I'm just like, oh my God. Like he, a couple of times.
The narrative spreading across the streets and social media is clear. Jay-Z, far from being a champion of the culture, is allegedly running a ruthless, covert operation that harms those who don't fall in line. Whether it's industry blackballing, legal battles, or even violent attacks, the power plays behind the scenes are intense, and Tory Lanez is caught in the middle of it all. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. This Tory Lanez and Jay-Z situation just keeps getting messy, right? There's so much happening behind the scenes, from alleged industry blackballing to the stabbing and everything in between. What do you think is really going on here? Is Jay-Z really pulling strings to silence Tory, or is there more to the story? Drop your thoughts, theories, and any insider info you've heard down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you all think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the drama, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss any new tea or updates. I'll be keeping an eye on this story, so stay tuned for more. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep spilling the tea.